I want to cut across to Salman Soz, National Spokesperson Congress, Sanju Verma, National Spokesperson BJP. Both of you will get 2 minutes to put your party points forward. Let's begin with Mr. Salman Soz. Mr. Salman Soz, the fact is, we were having a conversation earlier with Mr. Srinivas Bivi, who's been the head of your Youth Congress wing earlier. He's been detained multiple times in the past. He's been let go of. Never has he faced charges such as this. This was an international event, and the police says that it could lead to a larger conspiracy to defame the country. So therefore, different charges, because it was a completely different protest which took place peaceful, though inside the exhibition area, but a larger conspiracy to defame the country needs to be investigated as per the cops.
I think this is nothing but trying to scare people into never protesting against the government. This is stifling dissent. I think this sends a chilling effect message to everybody in the country. And the Nalin was, saying that we have to investigate you're running down the government. I think this is ridiculous. The opposition is there to hold the government accountable. Okay? It doesn't matter what forum it is. This is India. This is on Indian soil. So it is our right to protest peacefully. And as far as I can tell, as far as anybody can tell, anybody who's reasonable about this, our Youth Congress workers, they were protesting peacefully. People may have views about whether or not they should take their shirts off, etc. But by the way, I mean there are clips of a current minister in the Haryana government, Mr. Vij. He and many of his compatriots from the BJP were totally, almost, unfortunately, naked from the bottom, by the torso up. So I think this is a dangerous thing. I want to tell BJP that you will not be in power for all times. You cannot criminalize peaceful protest because this is Mahatma Gandhi's India. This is the India of non-violence and non-violence protest. That non-violent protest, that got us our freedom. You cannot criminalize it. And if you are so weak as to be threatened by these kinds of things, maybe you should not be in government. But I think they are taking the country in a very dangerous direction. This is a direction of intolerance against peaceful things. If you don't let peaceful protests happen, worse things can happen, and we should not. We should create a democracy where we let people come up. If they have any problems, they should challenge the government, and that is the way civilized democracies behave. Not
okay.
like this.
All right, so your time is up. Protesting without a shirt, Mr. Soz, I don't think that was off contention. That's an aesthetic question. Many might not have thought that is aesthetically, it looked good, but that's separate. The issue came from the fact that they were protesting inside an exhibition area and possibly should have protested elsewhere. And that was what is being contended. But Sanju Verma, the kind of charges that are being slapped, what prima facie looks like a peaceful protest. I want to put out the order copy there, the arrest copy. It says, the Delhi police says they raised anti-India slogans, anti-national slogans. It also says that they created a riot-like situation. Raising slogans against the Prime Minister, Sanju Verma, as respected that he is not raising anti-national slogans. Number two, it was unsavory in nature, but where was a riot-like situation?
Preeti, there is a saying in Hindi, हमको मालूम है जन्नत की हकीकत क्या है, लेकिन दिल को बहलाने के लिए गालिब ये ख्याल अच्छा है. Every Congress person knows that what happened that day at the AI summit with half-naked Congressies streaking around in front of a global audience is reprehensible, is absolutely unacceptable and condemnable. The fact that they will not acknowledge it is a different matter altogether. The second point I want to make is the Constitution, वही संविधान की लाल किताब जो राहुल गांधी लहराते हैं संसद के अंदर. The same Constitution says freedom of speech, freedom of expression is not absolute. It does not function in a vacuum. It is subject to public order, morality, and health. The third point, the BJP does not run the courts. The Delhi police has presented a solid case, and the Patiala House Court decided that Uday Bhanchip or Uday Bhanuchip, whatever his name is, and the other Congressies who were streaking around, they deserve to be in custody. Point number and very importantly, obstructing public officials from performing their duty, assaulting public officers at a public venue, hate speech, and criminal conspiracy. They've been primarily charged under these 4 sections. Now, whether saying TM is compromised is hate speech or not, with due respect to Preeti Chaudhary and to Salman Soz, this is not going to be decided by Preeti Chaudhary, Salman Soz or Sanju Verma. The courts will decide. I remember when in Karnataka, simply for protesting against Siddaramaia's Muda scam, what did the Siddaramaiya government do? 20 BJP MLAs were summarily pushed out. And when we protested peacefully, we were told...
Ma'am, your time is up, and what you quoted about Karnataka was terrible. It shouldn't have happened. It was anti-democratic. And let's hope we can say the same thing about this. But having said that, on a lighter note, streaking is running buck naked. Fortunately for a lot of us who had to watch it, they only had their T-shirts off and were wearing their vests on. But Salman Soz, I want to give the both of you the last 2 minutes, closing comments there. But Mr. Soz, the fact is, give them time to investigate, because this was an international platform. What the larger question, Mr. Soz, is why the belligerence? Because you can admit it that this protest should have maybe taken place outside, somewhere else, and the kind of backlash wouldn't have been something like this. Nobody's trying to justify the kind of charges that have been placed on your colleagues from the Youth Congress. But at least admittance that maybe not inside, in an exhibition area which had lots of young innovators who were looking for business, indigenous innovators. Do you not reckon that was disrespectful to them?
Look, first of all, I mean, we obviously want the best for our innovators, our businesses, those who are hopefully going to create the kinds of technologies and jobs that our country needs. But this is not about those people. Those slogans we were raising, our team was raising, was against the Prime Minister, because there is a context to all this. And the context is that on multiple fronts, this government has become unaccountable and is not responding to what people's genuine concerns are. They signed a trade framework agreement with the United States weeks before the Supreme Court was to make a decision in the US, and then they made a decision, and now look where we are. There is no accountability for that. A union minister, he's appearing in the infamous Epstein files multiple times. Multiple times. There has to be, we need clarity on why. What was going on? And why was this person associating with a pedophile? Why? I mean, that is a disqualifying thing. Why did they make him a minister? Because they probably did not know at that time. So these kinds of things cannot happen. And the response of the government is basically that they will criminalize protest. Protests are supposed to make people feel uncomfortable. That's the whole idea behind protest. We cannot cater to everybody's sensibilities. We'll do it in a very secluded way. We will not hide what is in plain sight for so many of us, that this country is going through a very bad time. It is not like Prime Minister Modi, when President Trump came to see him in Gujarat, he basically, walled off places where the poor people lived. The Congress wants transparency, and this government will have to provide transparency. And we will protest wherever we want, because that is our constitutional right. Nobody can take it away from us. And I want to tell the people sitting and watching us right now, your children might...
Okay. So the time is up. Sanju Verma, your final 2 minutes. The fact is, you have on this show multiple times spoken about the chilling effect of the Congress during the 70s, where Indira Gandhi threw many members, a lot of them from your own party, in jail, and you talk about clamping down on dissent. Today, you might find the protest unsavory. You might think it's wrong in nature and they should not have done it. But to clamp down charges that the Delhi police has clamped down on them, there is a point that Mr. Soz makes, that you're looking at criminalizing protest, and the message is, in this democracy, if you protest in this way, there is no room for it.
You know, Preeti, I'm glad you made that point. Let me just say one thing. Look at the language of Rahul Gandhi. He today said, Narendra Modi dum hai, to US के साथ जो trade deal है, उसे रद्द करके दिखाओ. So Rahul Gandhi, हिम्मत, आप में यदि हिम्मत है, तो पहले लोकसभा का चुनाव अपनी जीत कर दिखाइए. 3 लोकसभा चुनाव में जनता ने राहुल गांधी की कांग्रेस पार्टी को एग्जिट डोर दिखा दिया है। दम है तो पहले प्रधानमंत्री बनकर दिखाइए। प्रधानमंत्री पर लांछन लगाने के अलावा आपकी कंस्ट्रक्टिव क्रिटिसिज्म क्या है भला? Simply lampooning the Prime Minister, making reckless allegations, that is what the LOP's position has come down to, thanks to an absolutely juvenile, churlish and reckless Rahul Gandhi. The second point I want to make is this. When was a compromise, when did a compromise happen? It happened in 2005 when the Congress signed an RCEP with Singapore saying we will not subsidize our farmers. A compromise happened in 2008 when Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi signed an MOU with China. A compromise happened in 2011 when Manmohan Singh, aka Sonia Gandhi's kitchen cabinet, signed the RCEP saying we will no longer subsidize our milk producers. A compromise happened when Nehru gave away 38,000 square kilometers on a golden platter of Aksai Chin to the Chinese. A compromise happened when Indira Gandhi gave away Kachativu Islands in 1974 to Sri Lanka. And a compromise happened when Rahul Gandhi was castigated by the Supreme Court not to say Chaukidar Chor hai pertaining to the Rafale deal, but shamelessly, in gross violation of the apex court, he kept doing that. So Congress has not covered itself in glory. They should stop lecturing the BJP and the Prime Minister.
All right, ma'am, the time is up. I appreciate both of you for joining us, putting your party points forward. We are going to keep a keen eye on developments.